Welcome back to Living Local. Solo travel is on the rise. Fall brings special magic to the Disney and Universal parks in Orlando, and spring break cruises are a top vacation choice. And our next guest shares his insights on these popular travel trends and why now is the perfect time to plan your trip. Please welcome to the show, Mr. Sean Mccall. Hey, man, how are you?
Hey, I'm great. It's always great to be here.
I'm happy you're here. Welcome back to the Midwest. I know you just had a long journey from New Mexico.
I did, out in the dry heat, as they say.
Yes, the dry heat.
And it is.
Yeah.
It just cracks your skin when you walk into the sun out there.
It makes you feel alive.
It does.
You need a lot of moisturizer out there. You've been a proponent for solo trips for a while. I know you recently took one in the fall. And, why do you think those are growing in popularity so much right now? And why, let's dig into it a little bit. Let's get investigative and really dig into it,
I'll get out my little spyglass and look at the trend of solo travel. I think there's several reasons. One is cost. If it's just one person traveling, obviously a lot of things get cheaper. Things like airline tickets, things like your hotel's probably going to be your hotel, but you're only feeding one people. You're only entertaining one person. Right. So, but I think more importantly than the budget in this day and age is just taking that me time to recharge your batteries. And I think a lot of people have done that at home for a while without realizing how amazing it can be to go on vacation and not have to worry about anybody else and what they want to do. Just, eat when you want to eat where you want to eat, go do what you want to do when you want to do it.
Yeah.
There's really nothing like it.
Yeah, and you took a solo trip in the fall. Well, it was a work trip. We can call it a work trip, right? But,
yes.
And you loved it.
Yes, to Epic Universe, because I do that for my job.
Yes.
But yes, and I spent a day at Disney and just forgot what it was like to go, well, I haven't done this in a long time, and I'm usually worried that somebody else won't enjoy it or that they have other priorities that I've promised them we will ride Guardians of the Galaxy 3 times today somehow. And so just to experience that on my own with all my own choices, it was very freeing.
Yeah, I bet. And for those considering their first solo trip, what advice do you have to make sure that they have a wonderful experience, but that it's fun and safe at the same time?
Sure. I mean, do your research, or certainly enlist the aid of a travel designer, because certainly for my clients, I wouldn't let them stay somewhere that's unsafe. I would certainly recommend that they stay near other tourists. So that they feel comfortable and hanging out in places, like lobbies and bars, you get a chance to talk to other people and get new perspectives on travel and different people's lives. So choose where you're going and be smart about it, but then enjoy yourself.
Absolutely. And, fall is a fantastic time to visit Orlando. Walt Disney World and Universal have Halloween Horror Nights, and it's a really nice time to get down there. And I know you spent some time down there in the fall as well.
I have, and I broke out my Haunted Mansion shirt just
I see that.
for this segment because I love me the Haunted Mansion, as do you.
Yes, I do.
But yeah, Orlando at this time of year, and it's not too late to start planning. And I know you've got some footage there of that brand new Starlight Dream the Night Away parade, which I'm going to try not to look because I really want to see it soon. But that's something that's going on at Disney right now. But in terms of fall, being able to do Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, if you've never done it, you'll get enough candy to do your own trick-or-treating just by the pillowcase full if you need to. But the fireworks, the parade, it's all just a magical time down there in the fall. And then you've got the flip side over at Universal. If you're looking for something truly scary, the haunted houses that they do down there, it's like walking onto an immersive movie set and
terrifying.
Being scared out of your mind. Yeah.
I bet. Yeah, and I know it has a local tie because there's a Quiet Place house down there too, and the Beck and Woods boys are up here, so that's kind of a cool tie-in.
Yeah, and it's not too late to make those plans. Take
No.
a long weekend, or better yet, some of the deals are if you go during the week, just tell your boss, you're going to be sick next week,
Yeah.
and go to Orlando.
And you mentioned Disneyland on the West Coast there. They're celebrating 70 years, and it might be a good time to go check the West Coast out as well.
Yeah, it's hard to believe 70 years of Disney theme parks, and I did. I went this summer where I picked up this great shirt. There are less construction walls up at Disneyland right now. Disney World is getting a facelift that in 2-3 years we're going to be amazed. But there's a lot of stuff that's detracting down there. Whereas if you've never been to the Disneyland resort, there couldn't be a better time. There are hotel deals for the holiday season, and it's truly magical.
Yeah.
You and I have discussed on the podcast some of the advantages for Disneyland, but it's a great time to do Disneyland as well.
Yeah. And it's not too early to be looking into spring break. And something that's really become very popular, and I see it on the trends, is cruise ship vacations are huge right now. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Sure. Well, now that you've got the kids back at school and you can take a minute to just sit down and breathe, it's truly not too early to think about spring break, because everybody wants a perfect spring break, and everybody knows that the number of spring breaks you're going to get with your kids are limited. They're going to go to college, and those days will be gone. And so I have clients who have learned that now that kids are back in school, let's start talking spring break.
Yeah.
Because especially if you want to cruise, and especially if you want to go on one of those new mega ships that's just a floating city, which of course I had clients who were like, my kids saw the commercials, and I'm like, yeah, the commercials have done a really good job. So now everybody wants those ships. And if you're making your plans now, you won't be disappointed later.
Yeah, and what are some key things to consider, when you're choosing that? Because there's so many options. It's kind of bonkers. Like, it's crazy.
It is. And first of all, consider the cruise line and what you're looking for. I mean, most cruise lines try to give something for families. Certainly Disney Cruise Line is one kind of experience, but Royal Caribbean and Princess and Celebrity, Carnival, they all offer things for families. So do a little research or talk to your travel advisor, who can sort of steer you towards what you're looking for in terms of the vibe, but also can just sort of help educate you as to the costs that may be a little more hidden. Mm-hmm. How long of an itinerary, if you've got a 7-day spring break, with an extra weekend tacked on there, it's like, well, what are the opportunities within your spring break window? What are some of those destinations? Certainly the Caribbean and the Bahamas are popular in that break time, but there's other options too.
Yeah, there are. And so before we let you go, you have a deal for our viewers today. I want you to tell us what that is, because this is exciting.
I do. Well, because I come on here and I talk about all the great stuff, and I decided to give, the Living Local folks just a little bit of a perk. And if you contact me and mention that you saw me on Living Local, for the entire month of August, I will give you half off my planning fee.
Love that.
For any vacation that you want to set up, and we will get you headed to Orlando this fall, winter, or to Disneyland, or on a cruise, maybe to Europe. I mean, I do all sorts of things, not just Disney, but just mention that you saw me on Living Local, half off the planning fee in the month of August.
All right, Mr. Mccall. Well, thanks for joining us. We always appreciate you having you here, and thank you so much, man.
It's always great. Thank you.
Thank you. For more information, you can visit BriarMainTravelBoutique.com/Sean, and you can find him on social media by searching Sean at Briar Main Travel Boutique. We will have all those details posted at OurQuadCities.com.